Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another video on the Art Lucas channel. Let's go. I'm going to start coloring here. I want to show you what we usually get wrong the most when we're coloring a drawing, and the right thing we should be doing. So let's go. I'll start here first with what we usually get wrong the most. These are things that are simple, but if you don't know them, you'll keep doing them wrong. Look, as you can see here, I started with the skin tone. As you can see here, I'm coloring in any direction. I begin with one pressure and end with another. And that's usually what stands out the most in our personal drawing. So go ahead and get my drawing course. Just access the first link in the description and leave a like on this video as well. That's very important. So let's go. Look, so you can see the base. As you can see here, I only applied one layer. That is, I only went over it once here. And that's not good, guys. If you want to learn how to color without those white spots, the big key, the big secret is to add more layers. Coloring in just one direction, you don't need to color with circular motions, you don't have to, it's not required for you to color. Cool, right? Let's go. I'm talking about these things because they're usually the mistakes people make the most. Why? Because when I move on to the next drawing, that's when I'll show you how to color it 100% correctly. I'm going to explain to you everything I'm doing, everything I do, and what is the right thing for us to do so the drawing will have a nice coloring. As you can see here, I'm just applying one layer. I'm coloring in any direction, and that's not how we should color, guys. We need to have an even coloring. And how do we get to the shade we want? That's what I'm going to be doing in this video. This is a video that really has more content, so you can gain more knowledge. So, in this part about coloring, about painting, look, as you can see, sometimes I just take the pencil and press it down really hard. And there's no point in trying to rush. Unfortunately, haste is the enemy of perfection. So if you want to start a drawing and color it quickly just to finish, it's going to turn out bad. Let's start here, on this part, this other Goku here, where we're just going to do it more patiently. Because this really has to be part of our daily routine. To color well, we need to have a little patience. Let's go. As you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going gently and taking it easy, coloring in any direction without a problem. And I'm not making circular motions, but what am I doing? I'm coloring here more slowly. I'm just putting a little pressure on the pencil. I started there by pressing the pencil just a little bit, and I'm going to finish coloring the whole area where I'm using this color, pressing very lightly. Why? Because if I start here pressing harder and here pressing lighter, the same thing will happen. It's in our first image. That reference we're using won't look good, so what are we going to do? We're going to color more slowly. As you can see, I usually color here and I go back redoing some parts. Why? Because as I add several layers here, the painting becomes more even, it gets smoother. In other words, those little white dots disappear from the drawing and they gradually fade away. That's when we start using these layers. We keep adding more layers on top of the tone we've already made. I'm using the same pencils as on the other side. In other words, I want to show you that the color you use doesn't matter, but rather the way you're coloring. And look at this, everyone. Here, when I already applied this layer again with orange, it's already becoming a really nice shadow. As you can see, the little white dots gradually disappear, and really guys, those darn little dots that show up when we're coloring, they go away. The first tip I'm giving you guys is this. Color with plenty of layers, as many as you need. And the second tip, use paper that doesn't have texture, because texture makes those white dots stand out in your drawing. But other than that, that's it. Look, so you can see I'm already adding the fourth layer here just in this shadow, and now with this pencil here, which is the light pink one, I'm already pressing harder because that way we can get rid of these little dots from the drawing for good. They will really disappear. Because here we already go over it with a little more pressure, but we're not supposed to press too hard. Now at the base, this is the big secret, the base, everyone. Here, there are really several layers, about 4 layers here. So when you see those drawings, that's why the painting looks so beautiful. What you have to notice is that there are really several layers. It's tiring, yes, but that's the way we can get the painting just right. Look, I'm applying several layers in the same spot instead of coloring everything at once. Then I recolor everything. No, I'm adding multiple layers. It's in the same part as you can see without doing it part by part. Like the face here we've already finished. So Zanotto, as you can see on the other side. We didn't add any highlights here, we just did that shadow there. And look here, I'm already adding a shadow right here under the eye. For those watching, it's the right eye and the left cheek. We also added some shadows and highlights there. So that's it, guys. Add plenty of layers to the drawing until you reach the color and the look you want. I really like Fabia's pencils. Why? Because they have good pigmentation, the colors are vibrant, and that way we can make a cooler coloring. As you can see, the skin tone is already completely different. When we worked with a little more patience, there was a lot of rush to finish the drawing. And when we added more layers, we were able to work better with the colors. So, look here now at this part of the base of his clothes. I made a collar here with cobalt blue, a darker one and a lighter one. And then I'm going to take the light blue here, and I'm going to apply the light blue with more intensity. But remember, guys, we should never press the pencil too hard on the paper. That can smudge, we might make a mistake and not be able to erase it. It's really important for you to have some sense of how much pressure you're putting on the pencil. Especially if your paper has a lower weight, it will get damaged. So we need to be very patient here in this part. Actually, not just in this part, but throughout the whole drawing. Here, take a look. Now just finish this other part of the blouse with light orange. And the drawing is turning out a million times better than the other one. Only when we really applied a bit more technique to the drawings. Not just grabbing it and coloring. In this part of the hair, look so you can see black. It's not good to just take the black and press it really hard. What am I going to do with the hair, guys? I'm gonna give it 2 layers. I'm going to do a light layer, as you can see. And then I did a slightly stronger layer. That's how we finish this part of the hair, the black part. Look, now we've already got the black. And we've already done it with a little more pressure, getting rid of those white spots that are left there. When we do it, especially the black, let's go. I'll explain one more time here on this strand, then I'll cut this part. So it doesn't take too long for me. So, look, I've already painted the hair with a very light layer. Then I come back with the black again and reinforce it, finishing the drawing. There. Look, with this black color here, unfortunately, there isn't a color we can use to replace black because it really is unique, this color. Well, now I've already done the rest. Now I come in with dark gray. These highlights in the hair are also very important. In a future video, I'll be bringing it to you guys. What we should do, how we should choose the colors. I'll be showing you how to add highlights, where we put certain highlights, where we remove them, where there's shadow and where there isn't. So follow the channel, turn on notifications, and you'll stay up to date with new videos like this one and the next. Well, after that, I applied the white. As you can see, the drawing looks completely different. That's the tip I have for you guys. Be more patient when coloring, and for sure your drawing will turn out perfect. So that's it. See you in our next video.